Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and after a somewhat long break, I am back. Yeah. Took a bit of a break and focused on art for a bit because I needed to do that. I need to draw too, so I want to draw. But sometimes thinking about videos all day on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Mondays and Wednesdays gets kind of overwhelming. So, a little bit of a break is good. Today we're going to continue Stealth, the Ghost Panther. Chapter 6, Locked Out. Hope you're doing well today. It's a little chilly in here, so why not? Hoodie. Alright. Chapter 6, Locked Out. Tom paused outside the city walls. The gates stood open, and beyond them the street was dark and quiet. Where are all the guards? Elena asked, her eyes wide as she gazed around. I don't know. Tom felt his heart thumping hard as he led the way through the gates. And where are all the people? Even at this time of the day, the city streets were usually full of market stalls, their lamps shining brightly on fruit and cheese or freshly baked bread and biscuits. The citizens would shop and gossip while children darted to and fro among the stalls. But there were no lights, no sound of voices or laughter. All the doors and windows were tightly shut. Storm's hooves sounded loud on the cobbles as Tom led him through the streets. Silver padded close to Elena's side, his muzzle raised to sniff the air. The hairs on his neck were bristling as if he could sense an enemy nearby. Though there was nothing to be seen. It's like a ghost town, Elena whispered. Or a town ruled by a ghost beast, Tom added grimly. As they turned a corner, Tom caught a glimpse of two flashes of bright yellow. Silver growled deep in his throat. Tom grabbed the hilt of his sword, but as he drew it, the two yellow flashes darted away into the night. Tom shivered. I think we just spotted Stealth. Elena nodded, looking around apprehensively. Where did he go? I don't know, but we'd better keep our eyes peeled. As Tom finished speaking, a threatening snarl curled through the air from behind him. Tom whipped around. How could the beast have got there so quickly? He glanced rapidly about them, his sword at the ready, but nothing moved in the darkness. This beast is very good at hiding, Helena remarked. Tom nodded. But Stealth is no coward, he said. He'll show himself when he's ready. The thought of a ghost beast stalking them made every hair on Tom's head prickle with tension. But he strode on determinedly towards the palace. Ooh, excuse me. We've got to make sure King Hugo and Wizard Elderu are safe, he said. At last, the street they were following led into the square in front of the palace. The gates to the palace grounds stood open, just like the gates to the city. There are no guards here. There are no guards here either, Helena murmured. They couldn't see any lights on or in the palace as they passed through the gates. But as they approached the building, lamplight suddenly flickered through a window just above the main door. Tom looked up to see King Hugo gazing out. His face was ghostly pale. "Greetings, sir," Tom called to him, relieved that the king was still alive. King Hugo did not reply. He stared down at Tom and Helena as if he were afraid of them. Feeling even more uneasy, Tom tried to push open the palace door, but it was stuck fast. He rattled the handle, but the door still didn't move. It was locked. "Please let us in, sir," he called up to the king. "We've brought news." For a moment, King Hugo didn't reply. Tom exchanged a mystified glance with Helena. He didn't understand this. He had never been denied entry to the palace before. Another figure moved up beside King Hugo to look out of the window. Here's King Hugo, looking out of the window in front of the palace gates. "Father!" Tom cried as he recognized Teledon the Swift. Teledon didn't speak either. After a moment, he shook his head sadly and moved away from the window again. "Father, what's the matter?" Tom called. He felt as if the ground had just opened up beneath his feet. For his father to turn away from him like that. Something must be really wrong. Tom thought he would burst with frustration if he didn't find out what it was. Teledon didn't appear, but King Hugo leaned out of the window. "I'm sorry, Tom," he said. "We can't let you in. Stealth has been rampaging through the city. Every time he scratches someone, they turn mischievous and evil. No one can be trusted." For a moment the king hesitated, his face filled with grief. "I'm not even sure I can trust you at the moment with Helena." I have to read that again. "I'm not even sure I can trust you and Helena," he went on at last. "Pull up your sleeves and let me see if you carry any panther claw marks." As Tom hesitated, he felt Helena's hand on his arm. "King Hugo is right," she whispered. "We trusted the people of Stonewind, and remember how easily they tricked us. The king is doing the only thing he can, protecting the last sanctuary of Eventia. If evil got into the palace, then everything would be lost." Tom let out a long breath. Elena was right. If Eventia came to be ruled by an evil king, there would be no hope left. But it still hurt him to see mistrust in the eyes of the king he loved and served so much. There was no point in pulling up his sleeves. He and Elena could be carrying the marks of stealth anywhere on their bodies. I understand, sir, Tom replied. Just tell me one thing. Is Wizard Elderu safe? His stomach lurched to think of Stealth scratching the good wizard and turning him into another Malville. King Hugo nodded. He is safe, he replied. But his magic cannot undo the work of the beast. Tom bowed to the king and turned away. He paced through the gates again, followed by Elena and their animal friends. He halted as another ghostly snarl swept across the empty square. Somewhere out there, a beast was stalking the streets of the city, and Tom knew that it was his job to defeat it. While there's blood in my veins, he vowed, I'll save Aventia. That was chapter 6. Hope you guys enjoyed chapter 6. I need to go back and find out what the chapter's called, because I can't remember this kind of stuff. Locked Out. Chapter 6, Locked Out. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been a while. But hopefully this time I can resume normal schedule. If I ever do that. If I ever resume a normal schedule that I'm supposed to take every Tuesday and Thursday. But I'm not quite sure anymore. Who will be on a Tuesday or Thursday? Depending on what's happening. Depending on what's happening outside of YouTube. Family stuff. Drawing. Hanging out with family. Hanging out with friends. You know. All that kind of stuff. But yeah, hope you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. And possibly a new dragon soon. A new dragon from my Great Dragon book. But yeah. See ya. See you guys next Thursday? Hopefully I will see you next Thursday. Right. Bye-bye.